Welcome back, children, once again. This is Ansu here. We discussed the first half of the chapter in the previous video posted last week. In that, we talked about changing the font and changing the sleep mode settings. Now, let's move on to the next topic in this chapter. In this module, I would like to discuss about changing the display settings, the steps that are needed to change the display settings, changing the screen resolution, steps to change the screen resolution, add in a login password, steps to add a login password, view the system configuration, and steps to view the system configuration. The first topic that I would like to discuss today is changing the display settings. We can adjust the appearance of objects on the screen by changing the display settings on Windows 7. That is, by changing the appearance of the objects, we can change the display of the system. We can also adjust the size of the objects on the screen or change the screen resolution. You can also change the size of the objects. By changing the display settings, we mean two things, that is, changing the appearance of objects on the screen as well as changing the size of objects on the screen. Let's move on to the next slide. How to do it? To change the display settings. In order to change the display settings, you have to do the following steps given below. Right click on the desktop, a shortcut menu appears. That is, first thing is you have to look for an empty space on your desktop and right click. The shortcut menu appears. From the shortcut menu, you have to click on the personalize option. You have to click on the personalize option. The personalization window appears. From the right pane, that is from the right side, you have to look for the display option. The display window appears. From the right pane, select the required option. The size of the objects is adjusted on the screen. That is, you need to do the 4 steps. Right click on an empty space, a shortcut menu appears. From that, you have to look for the personalize option. From the personalize option, on the right side, look for display option. From the right pane of the display option, find the required adjustment you need. That is how you change the display settings. The next thing is how to change the screen resolution. The screen resolution settings help you to adjust the amount of information on the screen. The screen resolution setting is used to adjust or to make changes on the amount of information, that is, how much you want to display on your screen. If the screen resolution is high, the size of the object decreases. That is, if screen resolution value is very high, size of the objects that you see is very small in the screen. And when you are reducing the screen resolution, the objects will seem to be bigger for you. If the screen resolution is high, the size of the object decreases. As a result, more information is displayed on the screen. That is, if you want to see a lot of things on your screen, even though it is small, the screen resolution value should be high. On the other hand, if the resolution is very low, what happens is the size of the object is increased very much and the information that is shown or displayed on the screen is less. One more time, let me explain this. If the screen resolution is very high, the amount of information displayed on the screen will be more. And if screen resolution is low, the amount of information displayed on the screen will be less. the next thing that we need to look into is how to change the screen resolution of the given system. First step is you need to right click on the empty space on your desktop. You get a shortcut menu like always. Right click, a shortcut menu appears. From that you have to look for screen resolution option. When you click on the screen resolution option, a screen resolution window opens up. From the screen resolution window, you have to look for the resolution drop down arrow. You look for a small arrow on this side, click on it, a drop down list will come or a drop down list appears. From that, you can see a slider. A slider means a button that moves from left to right. That is, you can increase it by moving in one direction and decrease it in the other direction. Click on the slider to the resolution that you require. Then click apply button. Once you change the resolution of the system, you can click on the apply button. Then once you apply, on the side of the window you can see a small picture of what you have done. And if you want to make the changes, you need to press on the keep changes button. If you're satisfied with the work that you have done, you have to press on the keep changes button. If you didn't like it, you made the screen resolution change but you liked the previous one that was already there, then you have to click on the revert button. If you like what you have done now, you can press the keep changes button. If you do not like it and you like the previous one, you need to click on the revert button. Then click the detector button. The detector button is for the system to detect what is the change that you have done. Then click the identify button and check the best resolution for your screen. You can press the identify button. In the identify button, they will give you the best resolution that is suitable for your screen. And then in the end, you need to click OK. That is how you change the screen resolution. Adding a login password. How do you add a login password? Or why do you need to add in a login password? When you open your system, there is always a username is given and you need to add a password, right? That is what we are talking about. A login password helps to improve the security of your computer. If your parents are working in a big company and there are a lot of important files in your system, will he keep it open for you to play with? No, he will not. So, in those cases, you need to have a login password and a separate login details for you people to use so that his data will not get misused. In those cases, we do a login password in the system. So, a login password helps to improve the security in your system. It helps to improve the security or makes your system more secure than it was before. Confidential data can be protected by setting a strong password for your system. When you put a password, if you put your name of your mother or you put a name of your pet or something like that, what is the use? Everyone can understand it very, very fast. So you have to make a password in such a way that nobody will get hold of your password easily. Most of the people makes passwords that are easy for them to remember or their favorite things. So clever people can access it very easily. Whenever you start the computer, you need to enter the password. When you're starting the computer, you need to enter the password. Steps to add a login password. What are the different steps that are required to add a login password? The first thing is you need to click on the start button. Let me repeat one more time. Your start button is in the bottom left corner of your screen. You need to click on the start button. From that, when a list appears, you need to click on the control panel options. From the start button, the list that comes up, look for the control panel, you click on it. The control panel window appears. In that, you have to look for users account and family safety category. You have to look for users account and family safety category. Then on the right pane, click on the user accounts. From that, you need to click on the user accounts. Under that, you have to click make changes of your user account and create a password for your account. The create your password window appears. Once you click on the user accounts, they will give you a make changes on your user account to create a new password. Click on it and another window appears, that is the password window appears. In that, you need to give the new password in the new password box. You need to type a new password in the password box. Once you type the password, they will ask you to retype again to confirm that your password is the same. So in the next box, you have to confirm the new password in the new password box. Confirm new password box. Then you have to click on the password hint box. Why do you need to click on the password hint? Sometimes you forget what your password is if you set a difficult one. So you need some kind of a hint. If it is an easy one, if it is your mother's name, it's very easy. Mother's name, if you give as a hint, automatically you will remember what to enter in that place. So that is why we use a password hint. You need to enter the password hint there and then click the create button. You need to click the create button. The login password is created for you by the system. Next, we need to go through viewing the system configuration. The system configuration allows you to view the basic properties of the computer. It allows you to see the basic properties of your computer. What are the basic things that are there in your computer? You can view the operating system properties, RAM capacity, CPU model, etc. That is what are the important things or the configuration of your computer. Configuration means what is the memory capacity, what is the model of your system, what is the processor that is used. All these informations you can find in the system configuration tab. Steps to view the system configuration. That is the last topic we need to discuss in this chapter. What are the different steps to view the system configuration? Right click the computer icon on the desktop. A shortcut menu appears. When you right click on a free space on the desktop, a shortcut menu appears like all the previous times. From that, you need to click on the properties option. The system window appears. When you click on the properties option, you can see the system configuration. Thank you, children. With this, we come to the end of today's presentation. Please go through these topics. You may find it a bit confusing since there are a lot of steps, but still, go through it one by one. The process is very simple. When you try it out, it only needs a few clicks to get it done. Thank you.